Welcome. This is Melinda Barlow, CZT, Certified Zentangle Teacher. And today's Tangle lesson is Dingsplatz. And it's brought to us from the kitchen table tangles of Rick and Marial at Zentangle.com. And I love when they come up with a new tangle. It's always fun, and Marie said she could do this over and over and over. It's just so much fun. And you see here, I've done it on a round gray, a brown, and a cream colored tile. I love how you can add the different colors of pins and white. It just makes it lots of fun. So I am going to use a cream colored tile that is available at Inkidoodles.com store. So we're going to start out with Dingsplatz, and I'm going to kind of come in a little so you can see it, and I'm going to try to work near the top of my screen because I was told that I'm getting a closed caption at the bottom and you can't really see. Sometimes the closed caption covers up, and I'm not putting closed caption on, so I'm grateful for whoever has been, but it's not me. So I'll just try to take care of that by working at the top. Okay, we're going to start out, and it starts with kind of a loop. And I used to draw these when I was a little kid. My mother was a calligrapher, and so she would say, "We'll get better handwriting if we practice." And so we did loop-de-loops all the time. And it's just a smooth motion. So if you have a hard time with that when you first start, just practice on a piece of paper until you get that flow down. Okay, then you have, and it doesn't matter the size of these little loops, or just that you want them to meet up at the end. And now we're going to aura the inside of this Dingsplatz. So we've auraed the inside, and Maria came back and she connected with a little line at each of these points. I love how that connects this tangle and just draws it together. The next is another aura, and it's going to go around the outside, but we're going to start just auraing, and I leave just the space that I'm going to aura around my loops. This will help me keep that size, or the width of my aura the same. So I just work my way slowly around each one. So now we've auraed all that. Now we're going to come and connect these little lines to that center. I love what this does with the auraing. It just makes it beautiful. And there we have them all connected. Now we get to take this and we get to add some of our favorite tangles in here, and just kind of go with the flow. So it really doesn't matter what tangle you use. I have in the center of the gray one, I did a little petal like Maria did in hers, and I loved it. But you just kind of play with this. This is your space now to tangle. And you can see that you can get lots of fun with this. So I am debating what I'm going to do here. I think I will I think I'll just section this off. Kind of grit it off. So now I have it gridded off. And then I can put just little orbs inside of here. They just round the corners. And I know the name of this tangle, but it's not coming to me. So if it doesn't come to me by the time I'm finished drawing it, Nazeppel, there it came. Thank heavens. This is Nazeppel, and I love Nazeppel because it just starts out as a grid tangle and then turns into this beautiful, for me, a little floral. I see little flowers pop up. And it can be nymph, because nymph is when I took from Nazeppel, a little takeoff of Nazeppel. But look how fun that is. Now, I'm using this brown pen, and when you color in the background, that luscious color comes out. I think it's a little terracotta color. Sakura also calls it burgundy in the PN pen, plastic nib pen. It's called burgundy. I think it's the same, almost the same color, not quite. But we're just going to just really give that drama to this tangle by filling in those backgrounds. And there we have the background filled in. Now, the thing about it is this this Tangle Dingsplatz, you get to do whatever you want. We can connect these lines with another little line. You get to just use your imagination and go with the flow. You're going to find some other tangles kind of just pop out, and you use them. And sometimes I can remember the names, sometimes I can't. But then we can tangle in these spaces. With another tangle, so we have some and I just like to, I love to have a little drama in here. You can take just portions of tangles and use them. And like Rick said, it's like you threw those tangles on the paper and they just kind of splatted out. That's where Dingsplatz. And I can imagine when they come up with a tangle how much fun they have naming them, and it's so relaxing to just fill in each one of these little squares with just another tangle. So I'm just going to continue to go around filling in my Dingsplatz. And I love to have that drama in my tangles, so I'm going to have some dark and the light. You don't want it all one color, so you need to have that where you fill in a little, because that gives that drama to your tangle. And I'm just repeating that same tangle all around that outside, you know, these little portions that I've made on this Dingsplatz. And there we have that. Now you can change colors, you know, use a different color of pen. That helps give drama. So I'm going to pick up a black and change and put a little black in here, because I think that's kind of fun to have that kind of drama. And I love striping. And wait till we get finished with that, with a little striping all the way around. So I'm just going to do it just kind of on the edge and just give my line a little bit of a curve, so it kind of gives that look of roundedness. And I'm going to leave a little sparkle in there. When I leave a little sparkle, I don't make it, I make it a little jagged, so that it, I don't know, I just like that look. And I'm never really sure how many I'm going to get in some, but I'm always going to start up here at the top with this, because I want that one to be filled in. I don't want it to be a white space, like I had a white space here at the bottom. You can see the drama that is occurring here. And now we have our last one. You can see what kind of drama is occurring here with the brown pen on this cream color tile, and then the black. And you can see that we're really getting some drama in here. And now you can also, don't be afraid to go back and add a little weight to your lines. I'm going to come back in here and I'm going to add just a little weight to that line. Thicken it up a little bit. And I like how that looks if I've colored over it too much. And come back in, and I took off my glasses and I can see it better. So, and you can just keep going and going on this. There's endless possibilities. And I am going to add a little, I think, like I said, this is like a terracotta, so I can add a little, I'm going to add a little terracotta pencil to here. And I'm just putting a little bit down in the bottom of here. And then I'm going to blend it with my shading stump and a little odorless paint thinner. So I've got my little odorless paint thinner in the little pots that you can get. They come without any in, and just a sponge, and you fill them with your own paint thinner. So I just put a little bit of paint thinner in there, and I am using low odor thinner. I believe I picked this up at a Walmart store. So now I'm going to moisten my tip, and I'm going to blend that terracotta pencil. And I just blend it out so that you don't see those little shading lines. And a little odorless paint thinner goes a long way. And that's one element of shading. You can also take your pencil, and I like a very fine point on my pencil, a sharp point, and I'm just going to put a little graphite right around this edge, and then I'm going to take a different one that I've used on graphite before, different shading stump, and I'm going to blend that so I have a little depth here. It just kind of gives it a little shadow, so it even makes it look more like it's splatted on there. And I mean, you can just keep going. One of my favorite go-to tangles or embellishments is little circles. You can see I've done little circles here on this one, and then I've done little circles adding with a jelly roll, even little little tiny dots. They're fun to put in, so you can just picot the edges, which I do. I'm just going to come along and just put a tiny little dot around the edge. And you can see how that just adds a little bit to your tangle. And I make sure that I'm turning it so that it's at the easiest position for me to draw. This ink draws quite quickly. Jelly roll takes a little bit longer to dry, but the Sakura micron pen, that ink dries very quickly. But you still want to make sure you don't put your hands over it so you don't smear that ink. So turn your work. And you can see how that Dingsplatz is just really coming alive. It's just, you can just use whatever tangle, your favorite tangles. The simpler ones are, I think, to me, the more relaxing than if you try to do one that's complicated. If I have to think too much, I don't enjoy the tangle process. It's better if you use those really basic strokes, and this Dingsplatz really allows you to use some of those tangles that you had been using or had learned and haven't used in a long time. Thanks again for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel because we have new videos on Tuesday, Thursdays, and Saturdays. And you can support this channel by shopping at Inkidoodles.com, and there's a link below. And thanks so much, and have a great day.